Dear students, this presentation is a continuation of the previous presentation, that is demand paging and its performance. In this presentation, we are going to study copy on write concept, okay, which comes under virtual management chapter. We know that the fork system call creates a child process as a duplicate of its parent. Normally, the fork system call works by creating a copy of its parent's address space for the child along with the duplication of pages belonging to the parent. If we consider that many child processes invoke exec system call immediately after creation, the copy of the parent's address space may be unnecessary, which is not required. Okay. So in order to solve this, we can use an alternative technique known as copy on write, which works by allowing the parent and child processes initially share the same pages. Okay, these shared pages are marked as copy on write, which means if either of the processes writes into a shared page, a copy of the shared page is going to be created. The figure shows two processes that are using the concept of copy on write, wherein the process 1 modifies page C. This is before the process 1 modifies page C. We can see that process 1 and process 2 are accessing a physical memory that is shared between the two processes, and they have common access to page A, page B and page C. This is before the process 1 modifies page C. This figure shows after process 1 modifies page C. In the previous figure, we have seen that page A, page B, page C were accessed by both process 1 as well as process 2. Now next, process 1 is modifying some data within the page C. Okay, so after modification, a copy of that particular page is going to be created. You can see that is a copy of page C is been created. So this newly modified copy of page will be having an access by process 1 only. Okay, unmodified pages will be having common access by both the processes. Modified page will be accessed by only that process which has modified it. For example, assume that the child process attempts to modify a page containing the portions of the stack, okay, with the pages set to be copy on write. Okay, the operating system will have to then create a copy of this page, mapping it to the address space of the child process. Okay, and the child process will then it can modify its copied page and not the one that is belonging to the parent process. So obviously, when a copy on write technique is used, only the pages that are modified by either of the processes are copied. Okay, remaining all unmodified pages can be shared by the parent as well as child processes. Also, that only pages that can be modified need to be marked as copy on write. Only the pages that can be modified will be marked as copy on write. The pages that cannot be modified can be shared by the parent as well as child. That can be a kind of pages that contains the executable code which cannot be modified. Such pages will be accessed by both parent as well as child. Okay, so copy on write is a common technique that is used in several operating systems including Windows XP, Linux as well as Solaris. When we get to know that a page is going to be duplicated using copy on write, it is important to note that the location from where a free page is going to be allocated. So in order to copy a page, we need a free page, and such free pages will be allocated from some of the memory location, and we should know that particular memory location. So most of the operating systems provide a pool which consists of free pages for these kinds of request. Normally these pages will be allocated to a process whenever there is an expansion of the stack or heap is growing. That is, if there is any requirement for the dynamic memory allocation, or if the stack of that particular process is growing. There is one more chance, that is if there are any copy on write pages need to be managed. In such cases, these free pages will be utilized. Okay, so operating system allocate these pages using a technique known as zero fill on demand. Okay, zero fill on demand pages have been zeroed out before being allocated. Zeroed out means nothing but we are going to erase the previous contents of that. So after erasing those contents of those pages, it is going to be collected at a pool consisting of free pages. So zeroed out before a zero fill on demand is going to occur. Zeroed out is nothing but erasing the previous contents of those pages. Okay, so you can see a pool should always have free frames for fast demand page execution. So if there are free pages in the pool, then we can allocate those pages for a demand page execution. Why zeroed out a page before allocating is required is we should erase the previous contents of that particular page. We have different variations of a fork system call. One of them is vfork, that is nothing but virtual memory fork. So this vfork, it operates little differently from fork with copy on write. Okay, so vfork, how it works is a parent process will be suspended and the child process uses the address space of the parent process. If we create a process using vfork system call, it is going to suspend the parent process and the child process will use the address space that is allocated for the parent. So vfork is intended to be used when child process calls exec system call immediately after the creation. Because no copying of pages takes place, vfork is an extremely efficient method of process creation and is sometimes used to implement Unix command line shell interfaces.